Welcome to today's reading where we will be answering the question, what are your angel numbers trying to tell you? For every pile, I got the number 4 and also heard hole in one. And for every pile 2, you are building something. So for your pile 1, we had numbers like 16, 16, 17, 17, 12, 12, basically numbers that are doubling or like repeating themselves. I pulled for your pile the yellow Aventurine crystal. This crystal is meant to bring opportunity, confidence, and good fortune. It's meant to boost confidence, creativity, and personal power by balancing the solar plexus chakra. And something else that stood out to me in its description is that it's associated with leadership qualities, encouraging perseverance and a sense of empowerment. I wanted to read just briefly some of the passages that I found online about that crystal. It's strongly linked to the solar plexus chakra, as we said. That chakra governs self-esteem and personal power. This crystal is said to promote self-assurance and encourage you to fearlessly pursue your goals. It's also meant to help with stimulating creativity, and so it's popular with artists, writers, creatives, and it enhances mental clarity. It's also considered a stone of luck, and it's believed to promote optimism and joy, reduce stress, and foster a sense of calm and well-being. That particular crystal is one of the more rarer forms of aventurine and is often found crystallized in large masses. So something about that is telling me like you're meant for the masses. Moving into the rest of our messages that we got for meditation, I was getting for you guys a messenger coming through as a turtle on a mossy rock, or just turtles and mossy things. People who pulled pile 1 or chose pile 1, you're in a place of peace, relaxation from faith while in a void state. Heavy on that void state. You're zen, but you're in between places, and this comes after a deeply transformational phase. Pile 3 dives into this quite a bit, and pile 2, after everything was said and done, seemed like it was like post-void. 242. The song Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding came through. And the lines, I mean, that whole song just absorbs so much of your downloads. Like, or like it was a vehicle for so many of the downloads that came through for you. It's a song that talks about passing time and watching time pass, feeling stuck perhaps. And some lines particularly were really strong in meaning for you. Sitting on the dock. Okay, I got the image of feet swinging, and like your energy is like an energy of waiting. The lines, watching tides roll away, feels it like there's something that feels like it's slipping away and you are just a passive observer. Can't change your ways, even though people may have asked you not to do something or to conform to a way or to change or to convince you to do something differently. There's a line in that song that goes, he's like, he can't change even though 10 people tell him the same thing. He guesses he's just going to remain the same. It's like, no matter how hard people have tried to change what it is that you are or what you're doing, you are who you are. And there's also a quality of like, and also spirit came through when I was meditating here at this point to say, you are who you are meant to be. There's an element in this song though of loneliness and introspection. You've left home and are heading for something entirely new. In that song, he talks about leaving Georgia for San Francisco. Those are like opposite coast. And there's a line that says, 10,000 miles I roam. You've been on a long, non-linear journey, and I heard meandering. This is your star path, a path of ascension. What will illuminate you? And I heard, relax while you roam. Let the sorrows of yesterday go. Then I heard, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. That's a song by Nina Simone. Nina might be a name of confirmation for you, or Melina, and I heard as well Jones. Family could be very important to your journey. I also heard me and Mr. Jones. You really need to look up the lyrics for Me and Mr. Jones. That whole song was coming through. And Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. After I got Me and Mr. Jones, also Amy Winehouse's song, My Tears Dry on Their Own, came through. So that's all the messages that we have. You know, that last song that came through, My Tears Dry on Their Own, it's like you have been a pillar of strength for yourself, is how that's coming into the reading. But let's jump into your tarot and also roll some dice and see what messages want to come through. Okay, in rolling the dice, we get Libra, 3, and Sun. So it's like you are balancing the scales on when it comes to like yourself. How you live life, and like also how you feel, and then how that is expressed outwardly. All that is balancing. Like basically your mind, body, spirit is becoming integrated, so that there's incongruent. Let me look up that word. Okay, so incongruent meaning like incompatible. And I was also hearing, whenever I got to that point, dissonance. So it's like before, your life may have not reflected your internal world, your feelings, your thoughts. And now your life does reflect how you feel, what you truly feel like, what you truly think. Like your values are reflected in your life, and you embody those values. 727. It's like you are mirroring to the universe what it is that you want, and in return it's going to give you what you want. Okay, it's like as you mirror it, it's mirroring you. Okay, so it's only a matter of time, I'm hearing. We get the 9 of Swords coming out. Okay, and this is from my Thoth deck. It's an Aleister Crowley deck. And so you went through some amount of cruelty, some amount of suffering. You're being asked, though, in this space that you're in, to be an obedient child of the cosmos. Okay, to continue to follow like intuitive leads and acting on them, to remain faithful, patient, unselfish, and the word dignified is coming through. 828. And I keep hearing that line as I place that card out. Looks like nothing's going to change. Everything remains the same. Okay, Spirit's wanting to let you know that's not true, but you need to hold this new form, 842, so that it manifests into the material. Okay, it's like right now you have staked claim to what it is that you want. And it's building, essentially. It's building in a metaphysical sense. And it's only a matter of time, as we said, until it materializes for you. So it's not that things may look the same, but they truly aren't. Spirit is wanting to come through and say that. And you know this. You just need to have faith. Continue to have faith. I'm getting to, like, on the background of this card, it looks like a bunch of, like, windmills. Okay, you may be thinking a lot and thinking quickly, and I'm hearing overthinking. Okay, but they also look like ninja stars. And it's like your intellect is incredibly sharp. It just may be hard for you to acknowledge like this with all the, I'm hearing sorrow, sadness that you've been through in a recent past. But Spirit's wanting you to lay that to rest. Lay that to rest and do your best to not overthink in this moment. Okay, and I just want to say on the bottom of this deck, we have the Hermit. You're meant to be in a period of you know, it always comes through as, the Hermit always comes through as isolation. And of course, that's what this time is, it looks like. It looks like an isolation of sorts, but you're meant to basically, I'm hearing, gather yourself in this moment. I'm just seeing like, it's like this, I don't know how to describe it. I'm going to do the best that I can. It's like this matrix net. It's coming through as blue. It's like these strings are forming like the form of a person, and then the flesh starts rising over that matrix, and then eventually all you see is just the flesh. And it's like this human is downloading from the ground up. And you know, it's like, I just heard skin loading and character unlocked. And it's like you're on the load screen right now. Oh my gosh, I just got chills. It's like I just saw the game, like the world, like the opening screen come on, and then you're like in the world. Okay? Oh my gosh. We have this card coming out as well, plans. Seeing you is a priority for me. I want to make plans with you. The universe and spirit, your spirit guides, love acknowledging you and love making you feel seen. But you have like you have more than just spirit wants to acknowledge you. Spirit wants like you to get acknowledgement beyond them. They love to acknowledge you, but they want the world to acknowledge you. Like they want eyes and ears on you. They don't want you to feel like spirit is the only person that's acknowledging you, because that is isolation. But that's not where you're meant to be. Okay, that's like not in your cards. We have the Tower and Five of Pentacles coming out, okay? And this is reminding me of what we just talked about a second ago with like this human is like building itself from the ground up. And, you know, there's something very foundational that you're beginning. It's like you're starting anew, I heard. But you're like building the foundations for yourself. You're pouring the foundations. That's what this is. And it's after this moment that things will be able to build. But this period has to happen. And like while this is happening, you won't feel like there is much movement. But Spirit wants to let you know that this is temporary. Like all seasons change. You've packed your bags. Now it's time to like set forth to put in the work, because you're on your way. You've already like left. The journey's already begun. Okay, and this is you in your final form. I'll read to you from the guidebook the descriptions for each of these. So Ten of Wands reads, the Ten of Wands depicts a determined woman carrying her treasures back to her fairy tale village. You know, this is reminding me like this is something that you've imagined for yourself. Upon venturing out of the kingdom to obtain these wands, you're leaving behind everything you know, all your security, all your protection that you've had before. This is a new like path unfolding for you. She has struggled a great deal and put in back-breaking work, literally. Now on her journey back with the castle in sight, she realizes the hardest part is done, and that's true for you, Pile 1. The hardest part is done. She has achieved what she set out to do. So Spirit is wanting you to stop and take stock of what you've accomplished thus far. Okay, now is a moment for you to like rest and breathe. Okay. You don't have to constantly be moving towards like what you need to rest and breathe. That's what this moment is, because you've accomplished what your earlier goal is. And now you need to like recuperate your energy and yourself so that you can move forward with strength. She has achieved what she has set out to do and can feel a sense of peace, knowing rest is on the way. Yes. An upright Ten of Wands means you have been putting more work into an area of your life than you usually do. Perhaps work, friendships, or health. This may have worn you out, but you did it for a cause you feel passionate about. The fruits of your labor will present themselves in due time. After this current workload has subsided, make sure to take a much-needed break to prevent any burnout. All right, let's read for the star now. The universe has blessed the star fairy by helping her overcome great adversity. Stars light up the sky to continue guiding her along her journey. Her growth has illuminated the duality of being a woman. She has become strong and grounded while also remaining etheric and empathetic. Feeling blessed and grateful, she pours water filled with love, hope, and strength back into the land. The stars have aligned for you. It may not seem obvious, but now is the time to manifest your desires. The universe is watching you and will give you what you need. You may have recently gone through tough times, leaving you feeling hopeless. However, the upright star is a signification that the hard times have passed and you have moved into a time of great blessing. Take this time to recognize beautiful things that will soon come your way. You know, this is reminding me, Pile 1, the reason that you need to recuperate right now is because it may be difficult for your body to even acknowledge that this is a time of great blessing. You may still feel the stress of that difficult time. And that's why this rest period is so critical, is because you can't take that stress with you into your desired reality. Okay, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't belong. So this period is about you like shedding stress that no longer like is productive or useful or insightful for you. Pile 1, we're going to leave your messages there for today. I hope that was as beautiful for you as it was for me. I mean, I found so much meaning in that. If that resonated, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave a cloud or star emoji. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Bye for now. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to today's reading where we will be answering the question, what are your angel numbers trying to tell you? For every pile, I heard the number 4, whole in one, and that you are building something. If you chose pile 2, you're here for numbers like 333, 222, 444, repeating numbers. For your pile, I chose the lemon calcite heart. And I wanted to look up a little bit of what this crystal does. This crystal signifies personal growth, mental clarity, and emotional balance. It's also an energy cleanser and amplifier. Its uses are said to include enhancing confidence, promoting inner drive and focus, and aiding in emotional healing by absorbing negativity. The heart-shaped and this crystal's properties is particularly useful for promoting self-love and emotional well-being. It's also a stone of introspection that helps identify areas for improvement to reach goals. And in regards to how it helps with toxicity, it's a powerful cleanser that absorbs negativity and toxic emotions, making it useful for a fresh start. It amplifies your own spiritual energy and intentions and strengthens your will and focus. It aids in soothing and balancing emotional states, promoting peace, happiness, and contentment. I'm getting this download right now, but sacred geometry, Metatron, and crystal grids, and I'm hearing Merkaba body may be significant to you. Jumping into your downloads, I saw for you a swimming dog in like a lake or a stream. This is sort of like the energy of your reading. I heard a new day, this is it, it's time, and you're in it. I also got dance music or music that makes you dance. This is something that you should be doing. I saw in my mind's eye a trip to a gas station for snacks. You're in a space where things can be casual, paced for fluid movement, and spontaneous. Right now you have a seemingly endless supply of fuel, energy, and things you need to get you where you're going. You have everything you need. Now go make waves, crack what you want open, and accept what comes. The song I Believe in Miracles, or it's called You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. The lines though, I believe in miracles, where you from, you sexy thing? Sexy to me was calling me to the sacral chakra, which deals with sexuality, but it also deals with creation. You're on a timeline you created for yourself. And I heard wish come true, dream come true. I heard your energy almost in like amazement. How'd you know I wanted you so badly? The line is coming through from that song. You're in shock at the miracles you're witnessing within your life. Spirit says, how? It's because this is what you are made for. I also heard solidification, and I saw a freshly molted crab. You've recently undergone transformation, and it needs time to solidify and harden. I also heard Bad Girls Do It Well by MIA. And MIA is actually in and of itself significant to this energy. It's like you may have went missing in action, or you are missing in action to some. I'm getting like you are right now missing in action to many. You've gone off the radar is what I just heard. You've carved a path though for yourself that went against the grain, and now you're in harvest season. Out of that MIA song, there's a line that says, my chain hits my chest when I'm banging on the dashboard. You're living large without regard to what it looks like or how others are perceiving you. Figures that came through too were Dua Lipa and Bella Hadid. You've stood up for yourself despite fear or possible consequences. You're doing your thing, I heard. Proudly and happily. All right, let's jump into your tarot, and we'll roll some dice and see what those have to say. Okay, this is one of the symbols that I rolled on the dice, and every time this comes out, I'm like, what is this symbol? I've tried so hard to look it up, and I cannot find it. Like, it does not exist as far as I can find. And this is like an astrology dice, okay? So these other things are like planets. So, okay, I was like, that's a lead. That's a lead. I looked up, and then another thing I was like, okay, process of elimination, like, I had to look up, I keep looking up, what is the sign that has a circle and 3 lines extending out of it? I didn't know how else to, like, describe it. And, one of the signs that came out in that search was Uranus. And so I looked on the rest of the dice. Is there Uranus on the rest of the dice? No. So I'm assuming this sign, finally, I know, it's Uranus. We get Uranus, Pisces, and the number 10. Wow, pile 2. Okay, I'm getting so many downloads right now. So first of all, your rebelliousness and like a revolution is coming through. And it's in regards to like your dreams and your subconscious desires. And I'm getting with this 1-0, I'm getting like coding, and I'm hearing binary and matrix. You are coding your reality, the reality that you live in. With this Pisces looking like a number 2, I'm getting like a sense of this reality that you're living in is a balanced one. Okay, it balances out things that were unbalanced before, which is very likely why the rebelliousness, why the revolution. All right, 646. Let's jump into the tarot cards now and see what they have to say. Your angel numbers 651 are trying to tell you that you've accomplished what you set out to defeat, and you're the star for it. You've risen above all of your challenges. I just got the image of dominoes falling, and I just heard chain reaction. So I'm getting like you took a lot of little steps, and the result was like big motions, big, swift, like knocking down motions. I'm getting like you transformed very dramatically in very subtle ways. That's really cool. So the guidebook for this card talks about like a crowned and conquering child being a successor, and being a successor to a dying god. It specifically talks about Horus and Osiris. And every single form of energy on this card is in a spiral. Okay, I'm hearing for you spiraling up. 8 on my timer. And was it your pile that we talked about sacred geometry? Because wow, that's coming back in here really strong. So the only non-spiral form found is in the bottom here, where there's geometric shapes, and it's with the lower cup, and it's representing Abandoned geometry. Now abandoned geometry. What, you guys? That is insane. So, like, I just heard the math ain't mathing. Things that used to not add up, things that were, like, out of place, now stack up greatly. It's because of action that you've taken. Okay, the meaning to this card, the guidebook reads, is hope, unexpected help, clearness of vision, realization of possibilities, spiritual insight. This period comes after you made very difficult decisions that dealt with sentimental matters. There's a line in this book that's interesting in regards to this card. It reads, contest finished and decided. This period that you're in now comes after you made like a very like discerning decision. After like a race of some sorts. Like, it wasn't necessarily a race per se, like a sprint, but I'm getting like it was a marathon. It was like a the term is like slipping me, but like, what's those one races that are like they swim and then they run and then they bike and then they, like, it's all these things. That's what you went through. It's like that was finished and then the decision was made. I'm hearing too, like, the winner was crowned and it was you. During this period when you were like stuck because of sentiment, you may have had feelings of pity for the other, but these feelings and why the change came about and why you're now standing in your star energy, okay, which is proper. The reason that the pity would leave, though, it was because it was unenduring. Like, the things that made change want to take place would reappear on a constant loop, I'm hearing. So it's like, even if you did have feelings of pity for the other, it was like fallacy that was inevitable to crumble. Your guys' reading is very powerful. I just heard in regards to that matter, to the Five of Swords matter that led to your star moment, I just heard truce. Okay? On the bottom of the next deck that I'm shuffling, we have laughter. Like, these people and things that you went through difficult times with, hardship with, now there's sunny days. Smiling faces and heart-to-heart connections. And I'm hearing heart-to-heart connections being made. And the more and more that you get in touch with this energy and like continue down this path, the more connections that will be made. You continue to open up. 11:22. That being said, though, okay, there's still an energy that lingers where someone's like, because of envy was, okay, so I was gonna say is, I think this is unraveling a bit. In the heat of the moment and at the height of that situation, envy was the cause of their sabotage. They didn't want you to continue down this path, but you've already solidified like your position. So I'm getting like those threads are unraveling. That rope is unraveling. I almost got the image of it dissipated because I think this opportunity for the other person left. It's almost like there was a time when, like, while they were trying to sabotage you because you were like in between phases or something, it like you were in a void, like in between your old self and your new self. It's almost like they were trying to, I got the image of you like drifting down a river and them like throwing ropes to you. But if you would have grabbed hold of that rope, you would have just been pulled back to where they were. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like bottom of the deck energy, meddler. Instead, you just continue to, even though it was turbulent and tumultuous and scary because you didn't know what was going to happen, and there were currents underneath the water and there were currents on top of the water, and you were being swept away in all of this. And it was chaos and confusion, and the whole time you just rested in, I'm hearing you rested in your innocence. And it's like, instead of taking that rope and being pulled back to where they were for help, okay, instead you let yourself get swept away and go through that like hard time to get to the next place that you were going to, which was more suited for you. Okay, the current swept you to where you were meant to go, which is your current state and beyond. But that place on the bank where they were trying to pull you to was a previous place in space, and you didn't belong there anymore. And you knew that taking that rope wasn't actually help. It was friendly, but it was dishonest. Now, because of your discernment and all of that chaos and confusion, you're inside of and heading towards community. You've reconnected with self, so you're reconnecting with others. You're able to connect with others in a different way, in a way that matters to you. It's like, I'm hearing like this thing I thought of the other day, and it was like earlier forms of, I'm the most me I've ever been, because earlier versions of myself were like, it was like a coagulation of what I knew everybody wanted me to be, and I was really obedient to that. And it's like, you are the most you have ever been, and that's only going to keep continuing and like continue to deepen. That we have great news. I'm hearing Spirit is like going to bless you financially, and you aren't going to see it coming. 1450, this is going to be a completely new beginning for you. I'm hearing it's going to be the absolution, the solidification of all that you dream of, all that you desire. Your North Star. And like, this is going to be like you fulfilling your path and purpose, standing in your shoes. That's interesting, because the other day in a reading, it came through like children playing dress up and wearing adult shoes. And it's like the previous version of you was a little kid wearing adult shoes. And now you're wearing your shoes, and they fit perfectly, and you can walk even better in them. You can walk stronger and more solidly, and you have more direction because of it and better pace. It's like things are flowing. Now I see you like in like a donut floaty, and you're like, you have a drink in your hand and you're sipping it, and you're just relaxing. Like your arms and legs are like out of this floaty, and you're just relaxing down the stream now. 1551. And it's like everything that you wished for, you sent those wishes out into the universe. They are being reflected back onto you now. This new life that you have is like the upside down version of the old life. Okay, that's interesting. 1616. Your angel numbers are trying to point out to you that this is a new beginning for you, one filled with prosperity. Okay, this is Taurus here. And like, one of the things, one of my cats, he's a Taurus, and one of the things that cracks me up about Taurus is it's like, they deserve to be pampered. Like, everybody wants to be pampered, but Tauruses particularly have like extreme dissatisfaction because it's not an extra for them. It's like a requirement. It's like a baseline requirement. And right now, that's like the energy that you're sitting in. Right now, your pampering is like a baseline requirement, and you're getting that. It's being delivered to you. This card, though, talks about opportunity, wealth, abundance, growth, stability, security, material gain. Okay, you're successful in this moment, and it's come after you've made a lot of investments in yourself. All right, manifestation, grounding. Okay, I'm getting like the more relaxed you are, the more what you wish for will materialize. Okay, so it's important for you to stay in that mode where you're like floating down the river without a care in the world. All right, you have a lot of potential right now, and I'm hearing that's only going to continue to increase as long as you stay on this path, in this form. And that's for now, because this can change, okay? But right now, this is what is true for you. All right, you have plentiful resource right now. Your physical health is good. The foundations have been laid. And now you're at the point of reward, fertility. All right, and this card is Ace of Pentacles. And I love how this hand is like delivering this coin. Like what we talked about earlier, like you're not going to see this coming. But it comes after you've worked really hard. And I'm hearing you planned meticulously for this. And you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You just don't know when. Y'all, you have got to be kidding me. Look at what's on the bottom of the deck. The Chariot. Behind that, the High Priestess. Okay? Like victory, overcoming obstacles, success, ambition, determination, willpower, mystery, discovering your truth. All right, you have like balancing and luck energy surrounding you right now. This card's read, no obstacles will stop me now. My inner knowledge is my best guide in all. You are heavily connected to like your heart, throat, third eye, every chakra, honestly, but you're kind of less, I'm getting out of all the chakras, you're less concerned right now with root because you've as we said earlier, you've poured the foundation and it's been laid and it's solid. You're walking on it, okay? It's not like if you walked on this foundation, you're going to leave a footprint. It is supporting you. You know, I have on the bottom of the deck here before we move on from this one, this Two of Swords decision making, and there's a moon there and there's a moon here, and on the back of this deck is two moons, and it's reminding me of like all the turbulence that you faced, like psychologically and emotionally and like spiritually. There was a lot of confusion and fog, and like it was wreckage, it was chaos to experience. And like what's coming through, I'm getting chills as I say this, you need to know after that you can trust your intuition because it got you here, okay? 2002, it got you here and it will continue to take you to the places that you need to go. Pulling this card, I'm hearing it's time to work your magic, and this is the Six of Wands for those who are like listening and not watching. But I also heard as I was shuffling, you're at your pot of gold, okay? 2020 on my timer. I wanted to read from the guidebook for this card. It's a new deck for me. The Six of Wands reads, in this card, a fairy uses a cat to ride through town. On her way, crowds form, holding wands to cheer her on. The wand held by the fairy is adorned with a wreath, symbolizing that she has had a victory. Everyone around wants to be a part of celebrating her. She is naked to show that she is not ashamed to accept this praise. It is a vulnerable position to be put on display for others, but she welcomes it with joy. The upright Six of Wands indicates that you have had a great victory. In addition to success, it indicates that you will receive public praise. Your efforts are or will finally be recognized at a large scale. The journey to get to this point was no easy feat, yet here you are. Allow others to applaud you because you are so deserving. The applause will only help strengthen you for future goals. Pile 2, wow, 2121. You know, this is the time, I'm just hearing focus on yourself and your peace. Oof. I'm going to leave your reading off there for today. If you enjoyed that or it resonated on any level, don't forget to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave a sparkle emoji. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Bye for now. Hello Pile 3, and welcome to today's reading where we will be answering the question, what are your angel numbers trying to tell you? For every pile, I channeled the number 4, hole in 1, and also that every pile is building something. I took a small break while I was waiting for something after the first 2 piles. While I was away and in coming back, I got a couple of downloads for you, Pile 3. The first one is, just when you move on will be when your new world will open. Also, take control of matters, put matters into your own hands. And also that you're beginning something new. And this something new may be the sum of things, like SUM. It's like a cumulative measure. It took a lot for you to get to this point. But this point will reflect all the quality time that you've spent on this thing up until this point. And it's like, it's reached a, I can't think of a different word, but a sum is essentially what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's reached its sum, its totality. It's reached a point of totality. I just heard zenith. So it's like, this is the northmost, I'm trying to think of like the language to put around it, sorry guys, point so far in this journey. Okay, all your efforts have accumulated into this. It's important for you to stay grounded at the moment so you can remain mindfully aligned. Okay, let's jump into the messages from meditation. So Pile 3, if you're here, you chose numbers like 8, 24, 6, 23. 211, 422, 1055, and alike numbers. And essentially in these angel numbers, there's math happening. Okay, like multiplication and adding. I chose for your pile 3. It's funny that that slipped away from me. Because the spirit animal of your pile is the moray eel. I chose for your pile though the ocean jasper heart. I want to look up a bit like what this heart symbolizes. 248 on my timer. I was just getting a download as I was beginning my research there. Technology is very important to you in like your path and your growth and your purpose even. I don't know why. That's really interesting. This incense is like a backflow incense, and it's supposed to go through a hole here and then like down the lotus and into this little pond here, and it's beginning to. Now that I've moved my tea out of the way. This tea is very hot. It's so hot right now I can't drink it, but I really, really want it. So I'm getting like a download right now about like there's something you may have really, really wanted, but it was too hot to touch, too hot to handle, or not meant for you for some reason. And it's like you letting this thing go is what will open up the proper pathways for you. And then you will truly begin to rise afterwards. So let's look into, I was getting to like, with that technology coming through like that, you may resonate with the term starseed and Arcturian starseeds are coming through. You might hear my kitty right behind me. She's like making biscuits and purring right now. 422 on my timer. So the ocean jasper heart is a deeply nurturing and heart healing stone. And when it's shaped into a heart, its meaning becomes even more tender. Okay, this crystal deals with emotional healing, releasing old emotional wounds, replacing them with compassion and self-acceptance, heart chakra activation, encouraging love for self and others, helping you to open your heart safely, calms the tides, it soothes emotional turbulence and restores inner balance. It teaches you to flow with the current instead of resisting change. Okay, so it helps with mindfulness and presence. And also optimism and joy. It invites laughter, gratitude, and lightheartedness back into the soul. It also amplifies the feeling of love. It directs healing energy straight into matters of love, romantic self-love and compassion. It also helps with reconnection, strengthening bonds with others, and fostering understanding, forgiveness, and empathy. And 2, harmony in relationships, encouraging calm communication and emotional openness. So that's your guys' crystal. Let's jump into messages from meditation. As I mentioned earlier, I channeled the moray eel for you all. And we also discussed math about your numbers. And so things for you right now. You're adding things up. You're stacking things up. You were also the first pile that I got downloads for. You are very intuitive and have telepathic and psychic abilities. It's like imperative to your health and your like quality of life that you utilize this magic of yours. Use my 623 on my timer. My cat is like screaming. That's just how she chats and vocalizes. Right now, using your intuition to paint a full picture about a matter is what you're doing. You're using your third eye and your crown to see clearly. Something feels out of place or out of reach, hidden. I saw a rock being lifted to look under, and this was underwater. You're searching, and you may be searching for something very deep and emotional. But I still was curious. What are you searching for? I got the image of a car driving in breeze and grass. Okay, so you're searching for gentle-mannered movements pertaining to the heart. You're looking for sensitivity and softness. and to be satisfied on those matters. I also got the image of the moray eel doing tricks on an ocean surface, like a dolphin. And it's unlike you to do this performance or act this way, put on this show. Who are you doing it for, though? And when asking this question, I heard you. This is practice and rehearsal for the world stage, where your ultimate transformation is becoming nothing you've ever been before, something entirely new. People from your past might not understand the new you, but they're tickled by it. Maybe even a little frightened. Okay? But you are happy, and Spirit wants you to know that that's all that matters. After your last trick, you, in that vision I was getting where you were doing like dolphin tricks on the water, even though you were an eel, you finally, after the end, you dive into the water like a missile nearly, and with great speed and to great depths. You go deep into ocean, deeper than ever before. There's essentially going to be new places and spaces in your heart, mind, and life. Spirit says you and your environment will look different soon. And they also say, I promise you, 444. This is the end before the beginning, they also say. I got the image of underwater ancient ruins and a fish tank. The depths of you will soon be on display. 909. It'll be on display and in grandeur. And our last download that we got is support incoming to surround you. All right, pile 3, let's move into rolling some dice for us and also pulling tarot now. I was hearing you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, right round. This is really interesting, pile 3, because in looking up what that song is, okay, and it's called You Spin Me Round Like a Record by Dead or Alive. It was released in 1984. It's about infatuation and desire. The dizzy and all-consuming feeling when someone completely captures your attention. The spinning imagery represents the way passion or attraction can make your head whirl like you've lost control. Okay, it symbolizes being caught in a loop of obsession, much like a record that keeps playing the same refrain. And that's interesting because the line says, you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. It's like it's doing round and round and round. The themes of this song are obsession and desire, feeling overwhelmed by attraction, craving to be noticed and reciprocated, a loss of control, repetition and addiction, seduction and power dynamics. Okay, the singer of that song is drawn to and entranced by the other person's power over them. The era's spirit. Energetically, it captures the glam, confidence, and sexual freedom of the mid-1980s. The record itself carries like a symbolism within it. A record spins endlessly, repeating the same groove, like how attraction or emotional cycles repeat. And it also alludes to music and rhythm. It suggests that love and desire have their own tempo, something you feel rather than think through. The song is sensual and euphoric, despite those underlying darker, like heavier themes. And let me look at one more thing real fast before we move on from this. Yeah, going back to that music being like something you feel rather than think about. It's like I get the sense that you were in a situation where you were caught up in the sensuality of it or like the feelings. And it was difficult for you to conceptualize it, just like it's difficult to perhaps conceptualize what makes a song so great. With the Taurus coming out, okay, and it came out upside down, and I was seeing a 4 upside down earlier, and Taurus is related to 4 to me. And it's like it was connecting me back to that earlier 4 that I saw, but the message here that's coming out to me is that you have flipped some false foundation on its head, and in the process, in doing so, you fixed it. This is literally insane, your guys' reading is. Okay, so we have Rahu coming out next. It's ruled by Aquarius and Virgo, so I'm thinking like individualism, expansiveness, originality, and I just heard the devil is in the details. It's interesting because it's exaltation, or like where it's least positively affected is in Taurus. So it's interesting. It's like this old thing would have never let you rest. this thing that would have kept you like right round, round, round. The significations though that come with Rahu are illusions, ambition, desire, technology, and unconventional approaches to life. It also deals with challenges though, and its significance is highly complex. When favorably placed, Rahu can bring material success, power, and fame through non-traditional means. When afflicted, it can lead to obsession, greed, and negative outcomes. So it's like this false foundation was a negative affliction, but you flipping that false foundation on its head, now you are on your way to material success, power, and fame. And lastly, we have the number 6 making an appearance. And I don't know if I said it explicitly earlier, but like 6, I talked about your health. 6 is already shown up in your reading, so this is like extra confirmation right now that you are dealing with themes of health, daily routines and habits, work and service, and also responsibility and duty. Pay attention at the moment to your habits. How do you approach tasks and responsibilities at the moment? Consider like your work life, what kind of work suits you best. Make sure you're taking care of your body at the moment, and reflect on your role. How are you serving others in your daily life? What is your attitude towards that service? All right, let's jump into your tarot now and see what they have to say. As I'm shuffling, I get the download that it's time for you to balance your heart with your mind. Pulling these 2 cards, and specifically with the Prince of Cups, I'm hearing act swiftly on the conclusions that you make. And in doing so, will lead you to your Queen of Disc moment, like your stability in resource. And also I'm hearing like your stability in matters of the heart as well. Like your mind and your heart will be on the same page. And also you will be secure in resource. You'll be secure in material. I'm noticing how this path on this card is windy. Okay, so you may have like a non-straightforward path. You may have to find and create answers for yourself is what I'm getting. And I'm also noticing how the palms, okay, and palm trees like desert palms, I'm hearing frond. And this texture here is reminding me of a pineapple. 2 like the leaves on here. And pineapples have like a palm-like texture to the outside of them, but I'm noticing how like all of the palms out here are like 1 and 2 in number. And then the ones that are along the path, every single one of them, there's 3. Okay, so it's going to require a unification of mind, body, and spirit. And what it means is basically like listening to your heart, but weighing that against your mind and taking action and making sure that all of that is aligned with what you know your truth to be, like at a soul level. I'm getting to like this path with it going off in the horizon. There's only a certain point up until which that you can see. Okay, and like especially with this is like you're actually diving into the unknown a lot. And I'm hearing like you have an unending path, and even though you can't see the end, what you also can't see is it doesn't have an end. You can go as deep as you want into this and expand as much as you want out. I'm hearing on this path you'll be able to create and take as much space as you want, as much space as you wish. I'm going to read you very briefly the messages from these cards out of the guidebook. It's a new deck for me. This card represents the airy part of water, or its elasticity and volatility, and the energy of steam. In this card, the prince is seated in a chariot surrounded by clouds and drawn by an eagle. He carries a lotus in a cup from which he issues a spiral serpent. I just heard Kundalini awakening, Kundalini rising. The Prince of Cups is subtle, crafty, and artistic, a fierce nature with a calm exterior. Let's read now for the Queen of Disc. Alright, the Queen of Disc is the watery part of earth, fertility. Okay, I'm seeing the Empress in my mind's eye. I think that's an energy that you're arriving at, I'm hearing. So you're arriving at a place of pregnancy, symbolically, like where you're holding and protecting a creation while it manifests itself into life. This queen is throned amid vegetation and crowned with the spiral horns of the Markhor. Her scepter is surmounted by a cube, and she holds her proper disc. I think that's really interesting that it says her proper disc, because we've talked a little bit about like things that don't belong in your reading, and it's like, this belongs to you. You're aligning with what belongs to you. You may have been like attached to a situation that didn't necessarily belong to your life path for the full duration of it, but you were like seduced or like infatuated by that past energy. There is seduction. This queen, though, she signifies being kind, timid, charming, good-hearted, intelligent, truthful, yet of many moods. I'm hearing right now is a good time to practice mastering your mind. 2010 on my timer. And I'm hearing like bring it down and hone in your focus. So I guess like bring your energy down and then hone in like your perspective. I'm hearing like single-minded focus. I pull the date card. I like you and would love to get together and learn more about you. And what I'm actually getting from this card is that it's time to date yourself. It seems like in the past you may have dealt with a gaslighting energy, someone who deliberately like messed with your mind or like your version of events. It's been a journey for you to like deliver yourself from that. But I just heard like delivery date due. Like it's time for you to make movements and move on from that thing. I also just heard like planning, and it's time for you to like figure the steps to take. 2112, you're being asked to back up from a situation so that you can gather your cards. I just heard too, your eyes are playing tricks on you, so like listen to your intuition. Okay, you're coming out of a scenario where you were being gaslit, so it's going to take like a lot of like strength of the mind and discernment and strength of the heart to get through this situation. But Spirit wants you to know that they're literally with you. Like, you're not alone. And all of this that you're going through is meant to elevate you to like your greatest, most powerful self. Spirit is really, the focus of your angel numbers is the keyword of this card. We keep discussing it, and this is the third time we've come into it. It's like, if you set out the, like, I'm hearing your dream routine. Oh my gosh. And this has a heart associated with it, the heart chakra. If you set out, like, if you define what your routine looks like in accordance with like your heartfelt needs, okay, and then remembering to weigh it against your conscious and like, you know, your third eye, but solidify your structures, your day-to-day structure, okay, have patience and persevere. You will run into unexpected sources of money. Okay, right now is a time about time, like time needing to happen. Okay, this card reads time heals all wounds. Continue to show up as a reliable person, as a trustworthy person, and as a hardworking person. Right now, you are someone who needs to persevere to reach your goals. So you need to define what your goals are and then set a routine, like a structure around it. On the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Cups, another heart chakra card, and also it deals with the ego, the sun. Okay, so this is definitely about you like stepping into your purpose more fully, okay, and returning to your roots. You may return at this moment like to an earlier version of yourself before like disintegration occurred, before you lost yourself to another. So with you, pile 3, there's been a lot of like strife I'm hearing. But if you pull it back, like what we said, pull your cards back, involve yourself less. This is what you actually arrive at. Okay, 4 of Wands. And it's interesting how we go from 5 to 4. And we were talking about pulling yourself back to collect your cards and also returning to one's roots. Okay, and on the bottom of the deck, this is underlying energy. 5 of Cups. There's a piece of you that wants to focus on like disappointment or loss or grief. But remember, pull yourself back. Focus on what your goals are, what your aspirations are, and set routine around it. Set structure to it. So you can arrive in this energy. And you'll need to do an effort to like focus in on this. Okay, but this is a celebration moment for you. You've successfully detached from something, I'm hearing. Okay, so, but it's like your consciousness is replaying something right round, 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 like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Okay, like your mind is replaying old loops. Okay, and you're gonna have to be in this celebration for like some time before this is the loop that it's playing. But let me read from the guidebook for these 2 cards. For 5 of Wands, 5 hands are shown displaying the different wands, each holding their own, up at the same time though, causing them to clash together. The firm grip represents each person's desire to hold their wand the highest. No one wants the other to shine more than them. The difference in skin color symbolizes the background differences. While their differences could be beneficial to the group, they seem to have chosen to view it as competition. In its upright position, this card signifies conflict with a group of people. Perhaps a group of people you're involved in is at a stalemate. Everyone's opinions seem to contradict someone else's. Tensions are rising instead of coming to mutual agreements. With everyone dead set in their ways and opinions, including you, no one is listening to the other's point of view. If you found yourself in this predicament, take this card as a chance to be a mediator. Sacrifice your need to be right to be the voice of reason. This will help ease tensions by letting everyone talk with listening ears. And with the 4 of Wands. Okay, so that sounds like, to me, that last bit sounds like pulling your cards back. But just take it as it resonates. 2 free-spirited women dance at a celebration. 4 wands are adorned with flowers to welcome those closest to them to this celebration. They have been working long and hard and now have the opportunity to let loose and celebrate accomplishments. Beyond them, a large homey castle. This castle brings feelings of comfort and peace. The stars have aligned for these women. After a long journey, they now feel great love and pride. I'm getting the sense of like the people that have caused you pain and like displeasure are going to be the ones that you are like reuniting with on different fronts. Okay, and like boundaries will have been put up by then, so it will feel different. Okay, it will be actually in a healthy place. If it's able to, otherwise it won't be for you. But I'm getting it will be, okay? The way that these women are dancing together. Their body language is in sync and signifies a connection with the other. If you've received this card upright, you should do what the women in this card have done. Celebrate, even if there is no obvious reason to celebrate. And you may feel like that at the moment. That's why it's important to focus on what it is that you want and the feeling that it would give you to have that. Okay, that will help you celebrate more. You still have a lot of people supporting you, which is a reason to celebrate in and of itself. You may be approaching a goal you have been diligently working at or have already accomplished. No matter what the situation, it is a great opportunity to gather with the people you love most. Pile 3, I'm going to leave your message there for today. If you enjoyed that or it resonated at all, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you just don't know what to say, leave a pen and paper emoji, a green heart, or a bouquet of flowers, and that bouquet is for you. This time for you is about giving yourself the gift of life. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now.